So, I used to work at this high-end body shop in Jersey, and we had this kid, Leo. Leo was 19, a total wizard with a wrench, and honestly, the hardest worker I'd ever seen. One Tuesday, Leo just doesn't show up. No call, no text. Nothing. 2 days later, we find out his younger sister, who he was basically raising on his own, was in the ICU after a hit and run. Leo spent 10 days straight in a plastic waiting room chair, barely eating, just waiting for her to wake up. When he finally came back to work, the kid looked like a ghost. He was exhausted, shaking, just a total wreck. I told him, Leo, man, just go home. Your shift is covered. Don't worry about the clock. Well, the floor manager, this guy, Miller, who's the kind of guy who measures success by how many souls he can crush, finds out. He calls a meeting in the main office and starts screaming. He's yelling about company policy, lost billable hours, and how I don't have the authority to hand out charity. Miller looks at Leo, who is literally vibrating with grief, and says, if your family life is a distraction, maybe you aren't cut out for a real man's job. I felt my blood turn into literal ice. I walked right up to Miller's desk, leaned in, and said, Miller, if you say one more word about billable hours while this kid is trying to keep his family alive, I am going to show you exactly how many billable hours it takes to fix a broken jaw. The room went dead silent. Miller started to turn purple, ready to fire me on the spot. But then, the shop owner, who had been standing in the doorway the whole time, just leaned against the frame and whispered, I didn't hear a word of that threat, Miller, but I did hear you being a heartless coward. Leo, go home. Miller, pack your things. I've never felt a more satisfying silence in my entire life.